Scenes may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is recommended.
Ang programang ito ay naglalabas ng sensitibong eksena at impormasyon, striktong patnubay at gabay ng magulang ang kailangan.
Kaya naghihintay ako. Okay. Sinong kausap ko? Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Sa ngalan po ni Feni Codemus ay nagsisimula na yung ating programang Kung May Naapi, May Kakampi. Again, kung may naapi, may kakampi. Handa na po tayong tumanggap ng mga katanungan tungkol sa mga pangangailangan ng OFW. Nakita ko po sa programang ito na maraming lalahad ng kanilang mga hinaing bilang isang OFW, either pag naka-return na dito, nakakaproblema sila o habang nandoon sila sa abroad. Sana maging pagkakataon nito para matulungan natin yung mga OFW na nangangailangan ng tulong mula sa gobyerno, mula sa simbahan, sa pribading sektor para makarating ang kanilang pangangailangan. Bilang Vice Chairman ng Philippine Red Cross, umaasa ako na pagsali ko dito ay makakatulong ako maparating yung mga hinaing ng OFW sa mga ahensya ng pamahalaan sa mga pribadong sektor base sa kanilang mga pangangailangan. Sa kasulukuyan ay wala yung may-ari ng programa, si Feni Codemus, siguro siya ay merong inaasikaso. Pero bilang kasama niya at palagi niyong sinasabi na magtutulungan kami, nakahanda ako na makinig kung merong mga tatawag, kung merong magsasalita para sabihin ang kanilang mga pangangailangan. Nagkaroon tayo ng pagkakataon na unawain mula kay Ginang Mindy Cruz at ang kanyang better half na si Louie Cruz na pareho naging embahador sa si Louie ay sa Korea. Nagsilbi din si Mindy Cruz, Ambassador Mindy Cruz sa Malaysia, Singapore at Hong Kong sa iba't ibang larangan. At umaasa ako na sa magitan ng kanyang pagsali sa kanyang sa programa ni Fe at programa ko na rin ay makatutulong kami at nakatulong nung sila ay ma-interview. Palagi kong sinasabi na dito sa programang ito ay meron tayong dasal na sinasabi ko din sa ating programa, sa aking programa, sa paniniwala ko na nakatutulong ito na may kasama tayong dasal bago magsimula. Ito yung prayer for the nation. Lord, let me be the change I want to see, to do with strength and wisdom all that needs to be done, and become the hope that I can be. Set me free from my fears and hesitations. Grant me the courage and humility. Fill me with spirit to face the challenge and start the change I long to see. Even if I'm not the light, I can be the spark in faith, service, and communion. Let us start the change we want to see, the change that begins in me. At dito din sa programang ito, nais kong ipabatid na meron akong isinulat na poem in 1979 1999 na parang panawagan din ng mga OFW. Ang title nito ay Nasaan ang Araw. Matagal ko nang inasahan ang pagsikat ng araw. Matagal ko nang inasamasam ang paglaho ng dilim. Ngunit bakit ganito ang buhay? Bakit ganito ang damdamin? Ang puso ay nagtatanong, ang diwa ay nagtataka, nasaan ang araw? Ang araw pala ay nasa puso, ang araw pala ay nasa kaluluwa ng bala na. Kung ang puso ay puno ng pagmamahal, hindi na kailangang itanong pa, nasaan ang araw? Kung ang kaluluwa ay puno ng katotohanan, hindi na kailangang itanong pa, nasaan ang araw? Sa isip, sa salita at sa gawa, nakapaloob ang araw, kailanman ay walang kadiliman. Sa tuwa, katotohanan at pagmamahalan, salamat sa puong may kapal, may kasagutan na ang tanong kung nasaan ang araw. Sapagkat ang programang ito ay sinasagawa namin sa Philippine Red Cross, makatarungan, makabuluhan, na basahin ko yung aking pagkakataon na magsilbi sa Philippine Red Cross at ito isasama ko sa isang libro na gagawin para sa aking paglo-launch ng libro siguro sa mga December sapagkat nagkulang tayo sa panahon. Ano ang sinulat ko dito? Ito yung portion na sinabi ko na Philippine Red Cross, continuing role, conscience of the nation through the years. At sa akin, from 2005 to 2025, sa kabuuan ay 20 years na ang pinagsilbi ko pagkatapos akong mag-retire sa Civil Service Commission. Beginning from Translacion in January 2025, we moved to Sinulog in Cebu City. The role of Philippine Red Cross continues to serve as conscience of the nation, to save lives, alleviating human suffering, and restore human dignity. In 2025, we continue to strengthen our firm resolve to ensure the implementation of our fundamental principles of humanity, independence, neutrality, voluntarism, and unity. Kasama rin na rito yung voluntarism na isa din aspeto sa trabaho ng Red Cross. True to form, Red Cross continues to be the vanguard of Philippine society. To be always first, always ready, always there in the 102 chapters in the country. To continue to be first, fast, flexible, and forward-looking is the order of the day. For 2025, we need to continue the vision of Red Cross to be in the next century. We continue to seek answers to disasters and, of course, to seek answers as well for man's well-being in whatever circumstance. Truly, no man is an island, and in 2006, I was asked to be Secretary General of Philippine Red Cross after retiring from government service as Secretary of the Department of Social Welfare and Development, as Chairman of the Civil Service Commission, and, of course, serving as Philippine Red Cross, which continues to reflect the wealth of the nation as reflected in its fundamental principles. We ensured that in World War I and II, and continues to focus a new kind of war. War on poverty, war on disasters, or underdevelopment, and decay of human spirit. In a service addressing the words of society, the wounds of society, from the family to the community and to the nation as a whole. The role of the soldier in the Roman Empire as truth tellers of war, of the 7 fundamental principles, and and of course the lack of development. We also have our own wishes. We all have our own dreams. We all have our own joys and sorrows, but can only be realized by following our mandate ushered years back by Human Development of the Philippine Red Cross. From 2006 to 2009, I served as Secretary General of Philippine Red Cross and as Governor up to the present, and now Vice Chairman of 2024, as of 2024. I certainly am looking forward to the next 5 years, from 2025 to 2030. What is the future of Philippine Red Cross? Chairman Richard Gordon, as Chief Executive Officer, saw it fit to establish the organization through development of more Red Cross as an army of volunteers skilled to weather any storm, so-called Red Cross 143. Preparing for the future is the order of the day. A vision of this future with clarity of purpose and development of a cadre of volunteers equipped with skills to face the challenges, to free wherever, but well organized. An army of youth sharing the standards of truth as truth tellers, as auxiliary to government. Red Cross is not governmental. It is beyond government. But beyond that role, it must have a clarity of vision of what the government can do and what it is not doing. And therefore, this is the role of the Philippine Red Cross, to be auxiliary to government. And no doubt in that role, there many issues come about. And part of that is our realization that, as I wrote in some of my previous books that I want to share, I want to take advantage of sharing what Rabindranath Tagore wrote when he said, "Where mind is without fear and head held high, where the world has not been broken to fragments by narrow domestic walls, where tireless strivings stretch their arms toward perfection, where the mind is led forward to thee, into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake." Sa larangan ng paggising ng ating bayan, kasama ang kakampi, pakikisa sa mga kasamahan, kamag-anak na mga nagtatrabaho sa abroad. Kasama na rito ay yung paniniwala na yung mga namamatay sa abroad dahil sa maling pangyayari sa ibang bansa, naalala ko din na kung ang mga OFW ay namamatay, may naisulat din ako na magandang i-share. Ito yung dying is absolutely safe. Why are we afraid of dying when dying is absolutely safe? Why are we afraid of losing our physical form when we can be transformed? Dying is absolutely safe. When we die, we take on a new life. Dying is absolutely safe. When we die, we leave behind all that is true, good, and beautiful. to the people we love, our inheritors, dying is absolutely safe. When we die, we hopefully will be remembered for the joy, truth, and love we have given to those we have left behind. Dying is absolutely safe, so why be afraid to die when dying is absolutely safe? This is how my epitaph will read, and I wrote this and was published in April 27, 1999. Sa aking paniniwala, ang programang Kakampi ay napaka-mahalagang instrumento para may paliwanag natin sa mga kababayan natin na merong isang samahan na tumutulong sa pangangailangan ng mga nagtrabaho abroad o bumalik dito at nangailangan ng tulong. Kasama din dito yung paniniwala na ang mga OFW ay nagtatanong nasaan ang araw kapag sila ay humarap sa mga problema na hinaharap nila o problema ng bayan. Maring nagtatanong din sila sa aking isang sinulat noong May 3, 1999, yung nasaan ang araw. Matagal ko nang inasahan ang pagsikat ng araw. Matagal ko nang inasamasam ang paglaho ng dilim. Ngunit bakit ganito ang buhay? Bakit ganito ang damdamin? Ang puso ay nagtatanong. Ang diwa ay nagtataka. Nasaan ang araw? Ang araw pala ay nasa puso. Ang araw pala ay nasa kaluluwa ng balana. Kung ang puso ay puno ng pagmamahal, hindi na kailangang itanong, nasaan ang araw? Kung ang kaluluwa ay puno ng katotohanan, hindi na kailangang itanong pa, nasaan ang araw? Sa isip, sa salita at sa gawa, nakapaloob ang araw. Kailanman ay walang kadiliman. Sa tuwa, katotohanan at pagmamahalan. Salamat sa puong may kapal, may kasagutan na ang tanong kong nasaan ang araw. At kalakip nito bilang panawagan ng Kakampi, umaasa tayo na merong mga tutulong na kaya sinulat ko yung in April 18, 1999, yung Unless Someone Cares. Kasi sa Kakampi, pinapakita na pag ikaw may kakampi, hindi ka maaapi because someone cares. At ito yung aking sinulat. I don't think our communities will ever be clean and green unless someone cares. I don't believe our government will be good, just, and honest unless someone cares. I don't expect our leaders to be morally upright and politically sensitive unless someone cares. I don't expect a better life for our poor and oppressed people unless someone cares. I don't have the faith that we face a brighter future unless someone cares. I don't feel we will ever realize our dreams and aspirations unless someone cares. I don't know if we will all live our sense of purpose to build a better world unless someone cares. That someone is us. That someone's you and me. That someone is everybody. For me, we all must care. And in that caring concern, kailangan maunawaan natin na merong isang ibang bansa na nagsulat ng isang libro na nagkaroon kami ng pagkakataon na marinig at mapakinggan ang kanyang paniniwala. At ano yung kanyang paniniwala? Ang sabi niya sa libro, ang title ng libro ay ganito. Kukunin ko sandali. Ang title ay The Imagination Matrix. Napakalalim ang libro, ang pag-unawa tungkol sa libro nito. Na ang sabi niya, awaken the capacities of your deep imagination. If ever there was a time and a place to reconnect with imagination, that place is here. That time is now. For anyone looking for a new way forward for yourself, your community, and our struggling planet, Professor Stephen Eisenthal offers a powerful message of hope. The trailblazers are people like you, the seekers, creative dreamers, doers who are willing and ready to tap into a collective purpose so vital, so vibrant, so resonant in the world of today. In the Imagination Matrix, Eisenstahl shares a step-by-step process to help you gain access to the source code of imagination, energizing your capacity to innovate new outcomes, evolve real-world solutions, and nurture your well-being. Here to explore. Here you will explore opening the curious mind, a new method to engage imagination and words, answering the call of your innate genius, growing your capacities of imaginal intelligence, maintaining your humanity in an increasingly technological world, claiming your creativity and purpose to meet the pull of the future. The Imagination Matrix offers a practical and uniquely personal path for becoming more purposeful, more resourceful, and resilient, while developing a profound connection to the creative force that animates and flows through us all. Kaya it is a power, sa description ng libro, papakita ko dito, it is a powerful method for accessing boundless creativity and innovation. It is an exceptional gift. Eisenstahl provides the essential tools to live a life with richer meaning and awe. The timing of this book could not be more ideal and relevant. According to Jennifer Freed, PhD, best-selling author of A Man to Your Soul. In the Imagination Matrix, as James Holler's PhD, author of Living on Examined Life and a Life of Meaning, she wrote, in the Imagination Matrix, Eisenstahl resembles a wealth of sources, as well as his own reflections on creativity, and offers a multi-phase plan for a renewed relationship so the generative source within each of us. In the same vein, Jean Houston, PhD, principal founder of the Human Potential Movement, co-author of the Future Human Philology, wrote, the practices of the extraordinary book offer training to redeem the unread vision of the higher dream. The Imagination Matrix is the essential reading for those who want to bring profoundly new ways of being and doing into this world and time. Similar vein, Michael Taft, author of the Mindful Geek and Non-Dualism, co-author of Ego. If you want to learn how to creatively engage your imagination, there is no greater teacher than Stephen Eisenstahl. He is a wizard of the wit on the emperor of the institution, a magus of the imagination, who can show you the way into the mystical, magical land that lies deep within your mind. The other notable person who also wrote about the book was Michael Meade, author of Awakening the Soul. He says, the Imagination Matrix offers portals of awareness to which each reader can find their inner code of life and their living core of creative imagination. This radical shift in consciousness, transforms individuals and communities, and also supports the entire planet. Continuing on, may mga nagsulat tungkol dito sa libro na susundan ko rin para ma-encourage yung mga nakikinig, nanonood, na tingnan ng possibility na pag-aralan ano ang pwedeng matutunan sa The Imagination Matrix. At sana sa pagkakataong ito, masabi natin paano pwedeng maka-access sa librong ito. Ano ang sinasabi ng mga taong nakabasa na at gustong tingnan ang libro na ito sa mga darating na araw? Ano ang mga paniwala nila? At ito ay babasahin ko bukod sa mga nabasa ko na dito. Unang-una ay si Professor Heyong Xian, Jungian analyst, Dean of the Institute of Analytical Psychology, City University of Macau, author of Chinese Cultural Psychology, and 11 other volumes. And he wrote, "Imagination is different from knowledge. It is the knowledge of the heart. Through the imagination matrix, you can enter and feel the realms of deep imagination. Live an imagination-centered life and access imaginal healing. What a magnetic calling, as the imagination matrix is alive in each of us." And then, of course, Robert Bosnak, a Jungian, also psychoanalyst, originator of embodied imagination, author of Red Sulphur. He wrote, "Stephen Eisenstadt is unequivocally one of the great leaders in the field of deep imagination and dreaming of our generation. His work as a dream tender and as the founder of Pacifica Graduate Training has profoundly changed the lives of thousands of people. And now there is this book which will give many more the opportunity to tap into the healing creativity of the involuntary imagination as it establishes itself around us constantly in the endless stories of spontaneously spins. Dive in with this experienced guide of souls and find your way into the creative genius that surrounds us day and night." And then, of course, we have a longer testimony from Anne-Lois Schmitzman, PhD, founder of Earthwise Center, co-author of the Future Human Trilogy, when she wrote, "The Imagination Matrix" by Stephen Eisenstadt is an imagined companion that everyone should have. It is a true gift to the world that activates and calls upon our creative genius for taking on the greatest challenges of our time, infusing our lives, work, and relationship with meaning, story, and the powers of the imaginal realm of consciousness. Through it, we live to partner the essences of the 4 quadrants: Earth, Mind, Machine, and Universe, supported by cutting-edge research and breakthrough practices and application from the field of each earth sciences, depth psychology, new technologies, and cosmology. This powerful guidebook will significantly uplevel your life and work in ways seen and unseen. Eisenstadt's brilliant storytelling evokes your curious mind and guides you home and your beloved soul companions. And as you discover how to empower each other and answer the deeper calling of being. The imaginative matrix prepares us for the massive transformations that are required from us at this time, and in a way that rekindle our imaginal play, invite fun, increase joy and wonder, and deepen our love for life, Gaia, and each other. As I said, this was written by Anlos Schmitzman, PhD, founder of Earthwise Center, co-author of Future Human Ecology. And there are others that I will also read until we finish our time. It includes Michelle Clark, who wrote, founder of the Jung Platform, author of Dream Guidance Psychotherapist. A marvelous journey into the world of imaginative through stories, practical examples, and supportive ideas. Stephen Eichenthal leads you in a connect with the creative and healing power of imagination. Because become friends with your soul companion and go on with the adventure of life, of a lifetime. In addition, we have Joe Cambray, IAAP President, Pacifica Graduate Institution, who wrote also on this book. A long-awaited new, wise, and soulful offering by the creator of Dream Tending, the Imagination Matrix offers a passionate vision for fulfilling our human potentials. Stephen Eisenstadt brings a 21st century understanding of depth psychology into a rich and complex engagement with the world through a disciplined cultivation of the imagination, using a contemporary revisioning of the four elements, as we offered a set of contemporary revisioning of the four elements. We are offered a set of salient tools for animating and enlivening our world, including its material, technological, ecological, and spiritual dimension, written which is utterly charming and enchanting narrative style. This book also conveys profound wisdom through stories that open our eyes, our minds, in a practical and immediately applicable manner. Engaging with the book will transform you. According to Joe Cambray, PhD, IAAP past president of Pacifica Graduate Institute. Andre McGray, MFT, Black Dreams Master Project, wrote, Stephen Eisenstadt's imaginative matrix reawakens our indigenous spiritual roots. This book is simply magic. Further, Tyon Gordon, PhD, Business Profit Strategies of the Dynamic Group, wrote, a bountiful journey spiraling vertically down into the deep dig of the curiosity, returning upward through imagination. The interconnective process that Stephen Eisenstadt created prepares and illustrates a path to healing through entering the story web. An easy and engaging read, this book offers a journey into depth psychology and forwards the reader using portals to their destiny via the imagination matrix. Don't miss the chance to find you, capital YOU. And then we have the message from Michael V. Taft, author of The Mindful Geek. I read this already earlier. We have from Fanny Brewster, PhD, author of Race and the Universe and the Unconscious. She wrote, The Imaginative Matrix by Stephen Eisenstadt invites the reader into a world of possibilities in our 21st century, bridging old consciousness with new. Through his writing, he has created a practical structure that joyfully provides us with support for the inner spirit. In addition, we are given everything that we require to truly live, fully embodied, while engaged with the world. Loneliness is transformed, love is possible, and generosity becomes a gift of the individual to all that exists in our planet. Eisenstadt offers us a rich path for inner reflection that helps light the way for others. This is truly a book that teaches wisdom and guidance for most enticingly rich inner life. The Imagination Matrix offers heartful ways to deepen the consciousness of mind, body, and spirit. Rob Patrick, CTO and entrepreneur, wrote, The Imagination Matrix is a prescient and thought-provoking framework of the conversion point of technology and imagination. As our realities become blurred and boundaries are redefined, the 4 quadrants serve as a guide in maximizing creativity and human potential in ways we can only yet begin to imagine. Similarly, Myla Hanson, founder of the Teen Forward, wrote, Stephen Eisenstadt has a knack for accessing and connecting to the young person in all of us. Our youth have never been a greater need of connection, and the ideas, exercises, and lessons in the Imagination Matrix provide a unique creative path for young people to develop and solidify the inner intelligence within us. It is a rarity to find a book equally accessible to young people and adults. Eisenstadt has accomplished this with and more. Again, Micah Hanson, PhD, founder of Teen Forward. Continuing, Louise Rossiger wrote an executive producer and writing coach, The Unlimited Writer, and Wake Up and Dress and Dreams. At the core, this book is a life raft for the 21st century. It is a manual for brand new paradigm shifting and necessary way of seeing the world without minimizing the problems facing our culture. Stephen Eisenstadt teaches his readers how to access to deeper level of imagination and how this opens up to healing, inner support, and a sense of authentic interconnectedness. It will, without a doubt, help countless writers and storytellers connect to a deeper mythic quality of their work and tell meaningful stories that point the way toward a hopeful future. The next is by Carol Grosjean, PhD, flow, and peak performance, each bound board member, Academy of the Imagination, former senior director at Microsoft. What did she write? She wrote, "What does it mean to be human in a digital world? The research increasingly points toward a future that is less about what we know and more about the capacity we can build for imagination and innovation. But we know we can't get there in stressed out beta brain. We need skills and resources to tap into our own innate genius that can only be revealed through alpha and theta brain wave states. In other words, the solutions to our challenges today cannot be found outside of ourselves, but rather within our reciprocal relationship between imaginal intelligence and body wisdom. Steve Eisenstadt maps a path through a frenetic and distracted world toward connection and creativity in this important book, The Imagination Matrix. Carrying on, the next comment of Lionel Colbert, author of Psyche and the Sacred, the religious practices of the psyche, and 8 other books and edited collections, certified Jungian analyst, faculty member, Pacifica Graduate Institute, when he wrote, "Not for nothing did the poet Wallace Stevens refer to the imagination as the necessary angel that allows us to see the world again." Steve Eisenstadt's book is in that tradition. It reminds us of the transformative power of the imagination. It reminds us its power to creatively produce something entirely new rather than merely reproduce what has done before. Without such book, the imagination is in danger of becoming extinct. This book gives the imagination the new lease on life it urgently needs to help us understand how things might be. Next is from Dennis Patrick Slattery, PhD, Distinguished Professor Emeritus in Mythological Studies at Pacifica Graduate Institute, author of the most recently The Way of Myth and the Fiction of Our Conscience. Stephen Eisenstack's new book furthers and deepens the internationally acclaimed dream tending method for world working with our dream life. His new book reveals that on our individual journey, we are not alone. Through his guidance, we learn to look more deeply, closely in our life's plot and notice where aides and mentors are very much part of the fabric of fiction. The imagination matrix is in the process, in the richest sense of guidebook, and in weave successfully joins the realms of imagination, perception, self-trust, myth, history, and the depth psychology into a new form, one that can inform and transform individuals, assisting them in becoming more conscious of their own wisdom, his story. Further, Mark Hawk, co-editor of Vibrant Voice and Community Climate Change Education, Associate Director of the doctoral program in Visionary Practice and Regenerative Leadership, Southwestern College and New Earth Innovation, wrote, "Stephen Olsenstar surfaces the hidden gifts of the horrific and the broken. He teaches how to befriend the autonomous living images of dreams and imagination so that they can be welcomed into the soul conscious companions. These practices support activating the portals of imagination, liberating and illuminating healing and transformative creative energies for the regeneration of earth, soma, and soul. The vibrant volume offers training that proclaims and restores orienting to the emerging possible. In a time when the earth is on fire, working with imagination matrix offers fresh opportune approaches to innovative, earth-enhancing possibilities while sustaining greater resilience, courage, and inspiration for the long haul. Working with imagination matrix brings fresh allies and support for world healing before us. And then Gary S. Bobroff, founder of Jungian Online and Jung Academy, Arts Academy. Like the warm California beaches, it was written, the imagination matrix beckons us to play. Alsensat gives voice to a lifelong journey of opening to curiosity. Through well-illustrated core concepts and exercises, he directs us toward participation with the inner life inside of us. Viva Sight. Then we have Frank N. Macmillan, who wrote A Tender of Dreams and a Mender of Souls. Stephen Eisenstadt reimagines imagination from the place in Burning Man in the halls of the United Nations, delivering just what the world needs most in these times of psychological distress and planetary trauma. Using this dynamic therapeutic approach, Eisenstadt shows his readers how they can live on imagination-centered life and access the deep wisdom of imaginal realms, putting them in touch with rich inner resources that nourish consciousness, heal individual hearts, and inspire fresh meaning in diverse communities and identities. Meanwhile, Thomas Stedding, a PhD also, author of Real Teams Win, co-author Builds on Trust, when he wrote, for those interested in the future of leadership, Steve has favored us with his breakthrough treatment of the nature and role of imagination and innovation. The direction of leadership thinking has been transforming from the outdated hierarchical machine model metaphor into understanding the role of individual and collective imagination and creativity of the team. Steve has laid the completing segment of that bridge in his comprehensive program, describing how new concepts such as the imagination matrix, 4 quadrants, the curious mind, and the many other aspects of cultivating the deep imagination with life-changing benefits. It seems that this concept of imagination, imaginal intelligence, is destined to match or exceed the contribution of emotional intelligence and preceded it. Enjoy every page. And finally, Randall A. MALADAC, Cumberland Heights Foundation, adjunct faculty, Southwestern College and New Earth Institute, when she wrote, these new teachings and ideas, activities are essential in firing imagination, unlocking innate curiosity, and revealing the splendor of both the tangible world and the creative realm. Those of us living ordinary lives can find in these pages simple steps toward discovering the extraordinary just beneath the threshold of our awareness. Maria Margarita is, I think, participating. Do you want to comment? Margarita? Are you watching and listening? If not, we're ending this program 5 minutes ahead of time, but we have rendered a good job, although still unfinished, in the sense that we will go through the book as we walk with you this path, because the imagination matrix says how to access the greatest power you have for creativity, connection, and purpose. And in this, we will be able to walk you through in this book as provided for through Rosienko of the community of Carl Jung's group, when she introduced Stephen Eisenstadt to a PhD, when we had a meeting only last week on, I think it was Thursday. So I will end this program by acknowledging that Fanny Codemus, who's not able to join us, made available the program for my use, and I was able to use the Imagination Matrix, a little very thought-provoking book, which I read through based on the comments of those who read the book, and I wish to encourage others who wish to know more about it, that we will, from time to time, talk about the Imagination Matrix. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you.